Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I want to talk about my experience the first time in Europe. So I traveled to Europe recently, that is in June, and I came here on a visit visa. So yeah, of course I'm bound to come back to my country, Kenya, so it's not like I'm here forever. So coming here to Europe for the first time ever, there are so many things that I saw here or experienced here that were a bit different from what I'm used to. And of course, some of them were more like a shock, others were a way of learning, and of course, finding a way to adjust. And so stay tuned and wait for me to give you all the details and all the, how will I say, every exciting fact and all of them, like everything uncut and filtered about how my experience was like here in Europe. So stay tuned and let's get to it. So in my video, I'll talk about the experiences that I've had in Prague because that's where mainly I have been at. And Prague is the capital city of Czech Republic. And also, Prague is considered as the heart of Europe. So there's a lot that you can experience here in Europe, and like it's all amazing and there's a lot to learn around here. So my first experience here was language barrier. Coming all the way from Nairobi, Kenya, and there I'd be used to talking in Swahili and English. Hi, hello, habari yako, sasa, mambo. And then coming to Prague, this is Czech Republic, and the main language here is Czech language. Coming to Dobry den, that's saying hello, or ahoy, that's hello still, and other many words. I'm trying to learn a few of them, was a bit a challenge. So trying to talk to a local who's really not conversant with English language was a big, like I will say, trouble or a problem, because now you'll find those who don't really know English. Well, it being a city, you'll find many people who can speak English, who can speak other languages like German, French, etc. But then if you find a native who's not really been exposed to other languages, it can be a problem. So one of the things that I had a problem is language. Like I had to start learning a few words here and there so that I can be able to communicate. Because if I go to the supermarket, you find that these people they kind of expect a little bit of Czech language. So them asking something and you being like, you don't know, you don't understand what they're saying. It's weird, and you're a black person, you know what I mean? So that was one of the challenging things, and at times I would get scared a little bit. Well, I'm not the scared type, but at times I would get scared, because I don't know the language. So that's one of the biggest challenges that I had. The second challenge that I had here was crossing the road. I know that sounds funny to some, but it's not funny. In Kenya, we usually like drive on the left side of the road, and so when crossing, if depending on the side you are, you check on the left side, I think, or the right side, depending on where exactly you are at. And now me being here, I would start checking like the way we usually check in Kenya, and now at times I would find that, oh, that's not the side I'm supposed to check. So I would have trouble trying to like wait and cross the road. Yeah, because now it's different, because here people drive on the right side of the road, and in Kenya we drive on the right side. So if it's a two, like how will I say, if it's a single lane, like double lane, you find that maybe, is it a double lane, or how is it called, like the cars moving on one side and the other. So it will be a bit of a problem trying to know how to check the road. So I would have trouble because I would look on this side expecting that's where the cars are coming from, but maybe they're on the other side. Yeah, so that was a bit of a challenge. And something else that's on the roads that I experienced was that here on the traffic lights, there are some, I don't know what they're called, buttons that you press so that you can wait for the green light. That's something new. I never knew. I had to learn that here, because back home you just wait for the green light and that's it. But here you can press it and then wait for the light to turn green, then you cross. Yeah, I know, it's amazing, or yeah, it's some shock.
Maybe some history talk.
Just have a whistle.
Another thing around here, like in Europe for me, was food. Hey, here, let's say people are used to eating a lot of bread, a lot of potato, a lot of cheese. And for me, being not a milk lover, cheese was a big problem and still is. Like having to eat cheese, I don't know, baked cheese, whatever, that was one of the problems. And I always wished that I would get some ugali. Well, I wish I had carried some ugali flour. But eventually during my stay, I found some yellow corn flour, which I tried to make ugali. Doesn't taste like the ugali we used to, but I'll show you the photos of how that ugali looked like. But at least it made me feel closer to home. And eventually I was able to like adjust to eating some of the foods here, although not all. Having weird tastes like me, it's hard to like adopt fully to foreign foods, but I have really tried. And finding some Indian chapati and whatever, I have really tried adjusting and enjoying some meals here, like pork. Czech people eat a lot of pork, that's for sure. Like there's a lot of pork here. So watu wetu wa Nairobi and other places in Kenya, pork is so much here. Like there's pork in plenty here, so you would enjoy a lot of pork meat here. Another thing here was understanding how public transport here works. Yeah, there's public transport here, but not like what we used to in Kenya. Let's say in Nairobi or any other town in Kenya, it's quite different here and in my country. So here you find that you can buy one ticket that allows you to travel on any public means of transport around the city. And you can even buy a ticket for a whole month or even a year, depending with how long you're staying here or if you're a resident. But now, for us, like now, trying to find how the subway works, knowing where to go at what time and where to find the stop, you have to check all these things online. So it's not like us where you just go and find matatus parked everywhere and you just go hop into one and wait for it to get full. Here they have time, like they go according to time, like they have the time when a bus leaves and after how long. So if you can check these things online, that's how you know when to go wait for a bus. So you can stay in your house, let's say, and wait until, let's say, if the next bus is leaving in 5 minutes, you go out when it's about to leave, if you're living or you're staying around a bus stop or near the subway. So trying to adjust to all that was not really easy as a Kenyan village girl, you know. I'm used to Nairobi, but of course Nairobi we don't have subway, we don't have metro, so this was also something so new for me. And of course experiencing the subway and the trams, the buses. Well, all in all, it was an amazing experience seeing these things. And in my head I'm like, oh, I wish someday we can have all such kind of things in Kenya and have easier time moving around the city, you know. Yeah.
It's going back.
something else that was a bit not easy, or it was easy, but of course you'll notice at times, is moving around and people looking at you. Well, at times I would not notice, but I remember there's a time I was on phone with my sister, or even moving around with people like locals here, and they're like, everybody's looking at you. And I'm like, why would they be looking at me? And I'm a shy person, so that wasn't really easy. And at times I would not really want to go through places with so many people because I don't want to feel all eyes on me. But I think that's normal, but yeah, when now other people notice that people are looking at you, it feels like, wait, why are people looking at me? But I'm not the only black person here. There are so many black people, but not as many as some other places of the world, you know. Yeah, so having many eyes on me was like, how will I say, was not easy, of course, and at times feel shy, or at times feel like, yay, everybody's looking at me, you know. But anyway, it's still an experience. So let me see, what else did I experience around here? Summer. Well, you know, here in Europe there are seasons. In Kenya, we don't have summer, winter, and the rest. It's just, if there's sun, there's sun. If there's no sun, it's raining, it's a bit cold, and all that. So I remember there's this one time, I think in August, was it August or April? Everybody back in Nairobi was complaining how it's cold. I think at 18 degrees and 18, 15 degrees is there. And there are days here, still during summer, that we would have such temperatures. But walking outside, I'm seeing everybody in short-sleeved clothes, enjoying like it's summer, and here I am with my sweaters or my hoodies, feeling cold. Yeah, you know, it's crazy, but I experienced that, and I'm like, wow, people are enjoying this, they still feel it's not cold, and here I am feeling like I'm freezing to death. I'm freezing to death. Imagine walking around seeing people in tiny shorts, and you have your jeans and your hoodie because you're feeling cold and nobody else is feeling cold, really. Yeah. Oh, something very exciting that I saw around here is beaches, you know. Yeah, in Kenya we have the white sandy beaches in Mombasa and the coastal region, and here there's another type of unique beaches that are here. Nudist beach, where people are free to like go there. You don't, it's optional to have clothes on or not have them. So being in such an area and seeing people walking around, of course that's a shocker to me, because that's not how, I've not seen that around me. And yeah, and you'll see people confidently walking around, and then you're there, you just don't go there to look at people, you just mind. So that way you learn to mind your business and do whatever brought you there. So something about summer again, something was that the length of the days and the length of the nights. Oh my god, that was another whole experience and big challenge. Imagine waking up at 4. I'll show you a photo of me up at, I think it was 4 something, and finding the sun is rising. Like you're checking outside and it looks like it's already 6 or 7. At 4, at 5. That was a big challenge for me. Now I can't really sleep. And then remembering that the sun set at around 10 or 9. So you, at, let's say at 11 or 10:30, that's when it became dark. So you had a few hours of darkness, you know. And for us in Kenya, we have almost equal hours of sun and darkness. So that was weird. At times I would wake up at 5 a.m. Not because I have an alarm or anything, but because my body just found myself that, oh my god, it's late, I should be up, only to check my phone and I'm like, wait, it's 5 a.m. you know. And okay, currently as per now, the hours have reduced, but still you'll find that the sun will set quite late. You see, home you find that maybe by 6:30 the sun is setting already, but here during summer you'll realize that the sun will set way later. So trying to adjust to that is a challenge. I remember being at the airport at around, what time was it? I think it was at 9, and taking photos and sending it to my family, I think. And I'm like, it's 9:30. And everybody's like, wait, 9:30 and it looks like 4. Yeah, that was a bit amazing. And of course, a shock because I'm not used to that. Yeah. And also learning that there is, I don't know which country here in Europe that at times has 24 hours of sun. Like, yeah, I would wish, of course, to go to such a country and see how it's like there. But here it's just very long hours of sunlight, like I think 16 hours, if I'm not wrong. So that was challenging. And I'm told that during winter, the hours of darkness are way long. So yeah, I would wish to see that as well. So yeah, that was something that I was like, hey, this is different, way different from my country. I'm trying to think if there's another experience that I have not mentioned, but one thing for sure is that most of the experiences, actually every experience, or let's say 90% of the experiences as I had here were amazing, very much amazing. And of course, learned that Europe is equally amazing. Well, Africa, Kenya is amazing, but Europe as well is amazing. But then I can't really say which is more amazing than the other. But like there's no place like home. Yeah, it's the rest. Home is always the best. Guys, that's it. Is it it? Let me see. Well, there's another experience. How expensive it is here to like get your hair done. Imagine going for something like blow dry and being told that it's, let's say, how much? Let's say 5K, that's 5,000 Kenyan shillings. I'm trying to like convert the money into Kenyan money. You find that blow dry is like 5,000 Kenyan shillings. So what about doing something greater? So it was also like when you try to do those calculations as a Kenyan who's earned money in Kenya and all that, you realize that, it's a bit expensive. But of course, for somebody who's been here and is used to this life, or a local or a native, that's not really a big deal because they will be able to calculate it with their money. But for me, that was another experience, because now if only I wanted to do something like this, like do this kind of hair, that would maybe require me, let's say, even 20K, I don't know. Well, at least I had my hair done, my locks, so I didn't have really a challenge with that. Yeah. So guys, that's it on my experiences. But as I said, the experiences were amazing. Oh, one final experience. Finding a Vietnamese place here in Prague. Like, how will I say? It's like finding Vietnam in Czech Republic. Well, it's more like a small Vietnam village in Czech Republic, in Prague actually. That was also very amazing to like, I felt like I was in Vietnam in Prague. Well, I can be proud to say that I've been in Europe and in Vietnam, but Vietnam in Europe. And it was all amazing, like learning those cultures of the Vietnamese people, living among Prague people. And it's more like, if you see how it looks like, you would look around and really relate to how Vietnam could be looking like, okay, from the movies, what I've seen in movies or on the internet. Yeah, so it was also amazing, and seeing the local stuff, local places, seeing beautiful places, like, yeah, the places are beautiful cities, beautiful sceneries, beauty everywhere. So I would say that it's amazing. And if you have a chance to travel to Europe, it doesn't have to be for work or school. If you can just travel into Europe, don't let that chance pass you. Just get that visa and travel to Europe and experience a lot of beautiful and amazing things, another whole different kind of culture here in Europe. So it's been amazing. I have loved it. And yeah, it's nice. So guys, that's it on my experience here in Europe, and I will leave you with photos to see different places that I've been to and how they look like, and you can enjoy with me. It's a way of helping you travel virtually as you look forward to having a real travel someday. And guys, as we part, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel, because as I told you, a lot more content is coming, and I will try to bring it as real as possible, unfiltered and censored. So guys, until next time, see you in my next video. I love you all, so bye.